1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer. Your mother, your sister, your wife, maybe you. And sadly, statistically, the numbers here on Delmarva are high. Find out how our states rank nationally when it comes to breast cancer and which counties have the highest number of cases. Plus, we're going to talk about a support system aimed at making your battle a little easier.
You and your partner find out you're having a baby. It's a time of joy quickly replaced by a time of questions. When do I take prenatal vitamins? What should I eat or avoid? How much time should you take off? We have some answers.
You go to the grocery store, you're in the meat section, and boom, there is so much to choose from. How much red should be in the beef? What makes up a good piece of pork? Oh, and then there's the chicken. Well, we're going to help you make heads or tails when it comes to selecting the best cut at the best cost.
And we're cooking with beer. How about a Sasquatch stew? Where you can taste recipes just like this, plus where you can find some good beer. Delmarva Life starts right now. Good afternoon, I'm Lisa Bryant.
I'm Jimmy Hopple. Welcome to Delmarva Live from Historic Studio D.
And we'd like to welcome our studio audience. Thanks for joining us today. Okay, you know, we don't like to get too political on this show. We don't like to get into the really, you know, I guess, really serious topics, newsy stuff. We leave that to Murph Martinez and the state of Delmarva. But, you know, there's something that I just can't let go. You know, we keep hearing about the government and how the shutdown is affecting so many families in the country. And, well, this latest development just really burns me. And I'm talking about the families of 5 U.S. service members who were killed over the weekend in Afghanistan have been notified that they will not be receiving the $100,000 benefit normally wired to relatives within 36 hours of death.
And that's good for, or it's intended for everything from the services to actually get the family to Dover.
Exactly.
For when the
funeral costs, to cover funeral costs until, you know, their other money comes in, you know, their benefits and so on and so forth. It just really, really bugs me, you know, because a lot of the families go to Dover Air Force Base to witness the return of the coffins draped in an American flag. Now they won't get the money to do that. So what do you think? Of course, we have Facebook, we have Twitter. Let us know what you think of this.
We know what we think, and it's not real good right now, so we probably need to hear from you too.
I think you know what I think.
Yeah, that's a pretty good idea. Well, you know, we warned you that it would probably happen. Now the Delaware Insurance Commissioner Karen Weldon Stewart is telling you to be careful of scams through bogus websites and phone calls claiming to be related to the Affordable Care Act, or the ACA. Apparently there have been a lot of people of various ages that have been reporting that they've been contacted by scammers who said, you got a limited time, you need to get in on this. They're trying to represent themselves as part of the government or insurance company employees. You've got to be careful. The Better Business Bureau reports that the government typically does not call, text, or email government agencies, normally communicate through the mail, so be very cautious of any unsolicited calls, text messages, or emails that you receive. And the Better Business Bureau says the best way to handle that, you don't know who it is?
Hang up the phone.
Hang it up. Don't mess with them. Just hang up. Don't give out any personal information whatsoever. Now, if you'd like some more information, there's a number for you to call. This is the Better Business Bureau, 302-674-7350.
So, Jimmy, when you go to the bank to get your stack of hundreds, $100 bills,
which I carry with me all the time.
Yeah. One will be different. Of course, the new $100 bill is going to be circulated today, starting today. You know, it's the highest used, or the second most used bill behind the $1 bill. And it was supposed, this new one was supposed to come out in 2011, but there was a delay. Benjamin Franklin will still be featured on the bill, which also will have the latest in anti-counterfeit security. It's like the little holograph and all that.
There's I'm trying to remember, there's an inkwell on there, and I think it's the Liberty Bell that's in there, and then it looks like things are moving on it, you know, on that stripe. So I'll have to go out and check out my $100 bills to see if they really work that way. You have probably heard, and if not, allow us to be the first to advise you. It is Fire Prevention Week. The Delaware State Fire School has a few tips for you to avoid the most common household fire cause, which comes out of the kitchen. If you're in the kitchen and you're cooking, stay there while you're frying, grilling, broiling, or boiling food. If you got to leave the room even for a short period of time, turn off the stove. When you're simmering, baking, or roasting food, be sure to check it regularly. Stay in the home. Use a timer just to make sure. If you have young kids, use the stove's back burners whenever you can, just to make sure that the kids and pets are at least 3 feet away from the stove. Now, when you cook, wear clothing that has tight-fitting sleeves. Keep pot holders, oven mitts, wooden utensils, paper and plastic bags, towels, all that stuff that burns, keep it away from your stovetop. And be sure to clean up the food and grease from the burners and stovetops. And you know, one of the things that I heard the other day that I never would have thought of, if for whatever reason you walk away from your stove and you don't do all of the things the Delaware State Fire School is telling you, hang on to your spoon or your spatula.
It reminds you.
It reminds you.
Yeah, I mean, I know you're probably looking at these tips and saying, duh, you know, but we forget these things. I walk into another room and forget why I walked into the other room. Is anyone with me on that?
And then you got kids, and then you got dogs, and then you got
exactly.
the doorbell and the phone.
Then the fire alarm is going off. So anyway.
Be careful.
Yeah. Well, you may remember we told you that the Milton Development Corporation was trying to drum up the money to renovate and reopen the theater in Milton. Well, unfortunately, that's not going to happen.
Oh.
It looks like the Milton Development Corporation, which reopened the theater in 2000, struggled under debt and lost the building to foreclosure in 2010 after falling behind on its mortgage. Once a theater and community center in the 1930s, the theater first fell on hard times when the 1962 structure flooded. It flooded in 1962.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, so they're going to support the new owners who
they didn't get done what they wanted to do.
Yeah.
That's a shame to hear.
It is a shame.
Well, from that to new.
Okay.
Talking about some new businesses, just in case you've been going down 50 and you've noticed there's something going on in front of the Walmart in Berlin. They're putting up a new complex for 5 new stores, the new Ocean Landings. The developer's not saying specifically who the stores are, but he is saying they're like boutique stores, stuff that you can't just walk into Walmart and get.
Okay.
So now I'm presuming here that means they're going to have new employees. Don't know how many people they're going to be hiring, but it's going to be a 15,000 square foot building. They should have it done by January.
New business usually means new employees. Usually. Well, we want to congratulate the Chesapeake Bay Maritime Museum in St. Michael's. The museum has received a TripAdvisor Certificate of Excellence Award.
Nice.
The accolade honors hospitality excellence and is given to establishments that consistently achieve outstanding traveler reviews on TripAdvisor. And I know I count on those traveler reviews. Absolutely. And while we're congratulating, let's congratulate Chef Monty Jones. He's the food and beverage manager at Frontier Town in Ocean City. There he is. He was in our kitchen back in August helping us make the Lazy River wraps. Well, over the weekend, Jones won first place in the University of Delaware's Coast Day Crab Cake Cook-Off. Jones was one of 8 finalists out of, get this, 500 entrants to compete. He won cash, that plate there, a plaque, and of course, bragging rights.
My goodness. Good job, Monty. So, have you ever had one of those days where you just got to stand your ground?
Every day.
How about this? See, now I can't tell who's getting more frustrated, the dog or the cat.
Oh my goodness. That dog could eat that.
Cat says, I told you to back off. You best back up, Bubba. Dog's saying, hold me back, hold me back. And fortunately, the chain does.
Oh my goodness.
But that cat is not afraid.
That cat is not afraid.
Yeah, I will tear your nose off, buddy.
Yes, that's 20 seconds of insane courage. All right. Well, still ahead on Delmarva Life, each year thousands of women are told they have breast cancer, and the journey from diagnosis to survivor can be a long and unpredictable one. That's why there's a group right here on Delmarva that is there to guide and support breast cancer patients through every step. We'll hear one breast cancer survivor story and learn how you can help too.
Taking time off from your busy work schedule is an important part of recovery, whether it be from disease or childbirth. But some women might be cutting maternity leave a little too short, what a recent poll of new moms has revealed.
And ladies, who says we should have to go through pregnancy alone? From the prenatal doctor's visits to the labor, we'll find out how dad can get more involved.
Well, we've been there, done that, bought the t-shirt. Go to the store to buy meat and rummage through all the packages, trying to find that perfect piece of meat. What should you be looking for when you're buying beef or pork or chicken? Brian Spiros is going to break it all down for you.
And how about some beer with that beef? We're staying in the kitchen, and Tall Tales Brewery is showing us how to make Sasquatch stew. Yeah, Delmarva Life. We'll be right back.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Sussex County Federal Credit Union, guiding you to your financial future. Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897. Your local York and LG dealers, and State Farm Insurance. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.